Hello and welcome to MX Linux installation and desktop customization. In this video I will install the latest version of MX Linux and customize desktop to look like Windows. And remember, please press that like button. Thank you. You can see we are now in the boot menu. We're choosing default whatever you ask us. You can customize the boot menu whatever you want. You can change your language, you can change time zone or select it. Let's just continue with this installation. Okay, after you boot you'll be greeted with this windows. I'm gonna just close this for now. It gives you basically the default passwords and logins for a live CD or USB. Okay, you can continue with next to basically install the system, but I'm gonna do something different. I will actually use Gparted to partition my hard drive. I want to have full control of what I give to the root partition or even to the boot partition for that matter. Okay, you can choose MBR or master boot record or GPT. For me, I would be using GPT as it's the latest and it's the best. You can create as many, a lot of primary partition. So the first partition I will create is a boot partition, and I'll give it FAT32, and I'll give it only 512 megabytes. If you feel generous, give it 1 gigabyte, but I think 512 megabytes is more than enough. The next one I will create is for the swap partition. Since I saved like half a gigabyte, I'm just gonna add it to the swap, which I'm gonna give it 8.5 gigabytes for the swap. And of course choose swap Linux or Linux swap and as primary. Okay, all the 4 partitions I create, they are primary, just remember that. So you can use extended if you want. If you're planning on installing a lot of operating system, I think it's better. The next one, okay, I'll give it 29 and I select ext4 file format and then primary. The last one I just give it whatever left over, and that will be my home directory. Don't worry if it shows like 1 gigabyte left and located. Don't worry about it. Sometimes it leaves you like that. Okay, then just press the check mark to apply the changes to your hard drive and then close. The last but not least, we need to set the flags. You can see I don't have I have only 1 hard drive. So yeah, right click on FAT32 and then manage flags. Choose ESP. That will automatically check the boot. That's for EFI boot system. Okay, so for now you can just quit from here and you're done. Now open the installer. If you closed it like what I did, basically just press next. Let me first center this window. So okay, press next and then just leave it. You see it's smart enough to choose custom install, so and that's what I want. Here you can select the partitions that you created. For example, for the roots, you know what the root is, you can give it to roots, so SDA3, and then it gives you how many gigabytes you allocate to it. And then for my home directory, that's what I have. You can change the label. It doesn't really matter. I would just probably just leave it as MX, you know, home MX instead of I don't think that label really matter, but just for you to know. And then for swap I will choose swap. You just press next, and then of course you just make sure you confirm, press yes, And here you see it choose the boot partition. See, the one that we created. And that's great. It's smart enough to know what you're thinking or what you're doing, not thinking. Okay, so let's just continue, press next so we can create the login and password for this computer, MX. And then for domain I'll just use mxos, mx.os, and I'm not gonna install somebody, I'm not gonna connect to Windows anything, so feel free to do that if you want to. Here you can choose your time zone. It does detect it automatically, so I will probably enforce it by choosing my time zone. Then next, and then here creates a username and a really strong password. Yeah, one character is super easy to remember, and that's what I'm going with. I don't advise you to do that, but I just did it because I can. And this is just a test environment, so make sure you choose a strong password, at least for root. Okay. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, we can actually save changes. What we're gonna do, we're gonna try to customize desktop while the installation is going, and this is a great option. They're really good. So instead of waiting for the installation to finish, just save. I mean, it's not gonna save everything, but at least you can do something that you don't have to do when you... Okay, let's start. Okay, the first thing I will do, I will look for MX tweaks. And with this utility, you can basically do a lot of changes to your computer, to desktop, theme, icons, customize the way you want to look like. So I just change it to more familiar look, especially to people coming from Windows, and just changing it from vertical to horizontal and then to the bottom. Here, basically, I'm gonna just change the transparency when you have two windows open, like the one that's active, it should be more focused, I would say, like darker or focused. As you can see, it shows some transparency. Drag this one a little bit more, this one even more, and then make just like an arrow. Yeah, it is just a pattern that I remember doing. It just works for me. So when you move it, you can see transparency. But the one that is active, it's solid. The one that is not active is more like out of focus. And I like that. If you don't, then you can do whatever you like. And that's what's so good about this distribution. I don't like this button. I'm gonna just remove it. Because when you're gonna log out, you don't log out every single second. You don't have to look at that button all the time, so I just don't like that. Just remove it. Okay, let's see what we can do next. We can go to panel, and then we can see what we can change. Here you can customize the clock if you want. Yeah, you can customize it the way you want. It's really up to you. You can use one letter. It can give you everything you want, like %C. So it'll give you everything, and you can look it up. You can customize it the way you want. If you want to show just the seconds or the minutes, or the minutes and the seconds, you can show everything. Okay, next what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look for the desktop icon. Basically, if you're opening a lot of windows and you just want to go to desktop straight, you can use it. This is show desktop. I like this one, and they put it on the place that Windows does, so people that's coming from Windows, it's more familiar. And just remember, we are installing the operating system, which means some of these changes may not really save. If whatever save, like 80%, 90% would be great. Okay, let's see, the installation is finished, so let's just finish and reboot system and hope that everything works fine. Okay, I'll see you in a few. Welcome back. now we boot into our freshly installed MX Linux. As you can see, some changes has been saved, some didn't, but that's alright. We can continue customizing this stuff. You can do the updates if you want. Since I'm not gonna install any software, I would do the update later before I quit the video, just update the system. But if you're planning on installing new software, do the updates and upgrade before you do that, okay? Okay, let's go back to Twig Tools and go to panel. See, the desktop icon was not saved. Just try to look for it and add it. Okay, here you go. Okay, let's just move this workspace somewhere next to, yeah, I like it right here rather than next to the start menu. I think it looks okay there. You can remove it if you want. Most of the time I remove it, so I usually work with one desktop environment or one workstation. One workspace. I don't use multiple workspaces most of the time, so feel free to remove it if you don't like it. Okay, let's go back to Twig Tools, and I like to open Appearance. I want to change the theme. Let's open the. Let me first remove this one. Take them to somewhere else so we can show the icons there. So let's put them on documents. If you want to read them, you can read them later. The manual and frequently asked questions. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna just change the view to tabs rather than. It looks better that way. I think, in my opinion, I like it. Looks like pad style, so like you can click them rather than just text. I like it this way. Feel free to leave it default or okay. Let's open this again. Let's now see actually the change taking effect live. You see, when you have Windows active, it's solid. When it's not active, you can see it's kind of like gray out a little bit. This is the effects I like. Okay, so what I'm gonna choose here, I would like to use Arc Dark. That's the one I really like because this is the theme I've been using for a long time ago, and they have it here by default. Typically Arc Shadow on Gnome desktop, but I think they modify it or they use the same style, but to me is like this. I don't have to go anywhere to download it, so this is perfect. This comes out of the box. This is really good. Okay, I like this style. It looks perfect. So now let's just take a look really quick on the Kaneki Manager, so you can change the sidebar. You can put like a resource, what it's been used, you know, how much CPU been used, how much RAM, desktop, etc. Honestly, I don't like that very much. I don't want to be like micromanaging the hardware unless I am doing some testing on some software. That's when I can turn this option on. Okay, but for me, I just like something simple like this mini or Mimio or Mimio something. I just like it because it's not really it doesn't take much space and it's okay. We'll just take a look at some of this. I'm gonna try to speed up the video, but I will just take a look at them really quick and feel free to choose whatever you want. I want to just show you what we have here. I'm gonna go really fast just to go over them, so if you like something you can keep or you can change them the way you like. So I'm just really doing it fast, so I don't want to spend more time on something that doesn't benefit you. Yeah, I want you I want to show you what you really need to know, but this thing you can discover on your own. Okay, I'll just keep the default one that I like. Not the default, but the one that I choose. I'm gonna just leave it there just to remind me that I can change it later if I need to. Okay, next I'm gonna just show the icon. I will on desktop I will show home, trash, and like USB if something that you plug or a CD or something. Since I already plugged in the USB, it has themes, not themes, since I didn't download any themes, I just have arc menu icon. I downloaded it from another system, and I will use the icons because I couldn't find the icons for on the repository, so I had to download this from a system that I installed before. So if you go to the home directory and go to .local share, you'll find something there like this. Okay, then just place them on my picture folder. Also, I will put wallpaper. I keep them on my flash drive, so and this is all I need. I need icon. The icons, you can use your own icon. You can download them from the internet. The icon I'm trying to change, the one on the start menu. That's it. The one that's, like Windows you do start. Let me rename this to lowercase. I just like named lowercase names. So, and this is basically the icons. This is from arc menu icons. So and we can open a terminal here, and I'll try to move this folder, the icon folder, to the root directory, which has a user local share icon. See, I made a mistake. Since I'm moving it, I'm not like copying, so I don't need the R flag for it. Okay, so and then I will change the wallpaper to my folder, so you can choose a whole folder, which is great. I'll choose my wallpaper folder as I usually use, and I will go to a picture that's relatively okay to look at, different than what's default. I think this one will do for now. Okay, now I will actually try to make it transparent. You see this bar, this taskbar? You can make it transparent. Okay, so we go to appearance, and then there are sliders. You can slide them. I like this one to be like around 75 and this one lower. Basically, when you are not touching the bar, it will be more transparent. So if you touch it, it's become a little bit darker. So you can do that, or you can do more than that if you want. Okay, and also I will choose intelligent hide, which means if I touch the menu, it will hide, or if I have something full screen, it will automatically hide. if I have something full screen, it will automatically hide. So that's why I really like this option. Okay, since we changed the theme, so we don't need to change anything right now. Now I will just change the icon, right click and then property, and then click on the icon. Just wait for it. It takes a while to show up, so just wait for it. And then you can see it show you this the folder I moved to this location. So here you can see this is the arc menu icons, and you can choose whatever icon you like, or you can use your own. You can use either PNG or SVG icons. So I'm gonna use this one. I usually use it. It looks like Windows, but it's different, which is perfect. It's not like copy or. So it looks awesome. I like this one. Okay, and there are some commands you can actually learn. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna close. There are some commands that you can apply from the search, which is great. I like it. Okay, now let's just customize the clock because I think it wasn't saved. So what I will do, I will just use the day and then the day of the month and then the month and the new line, and then use PM and AM for the, and that's it. You can choose whatever you want. There are some options you can look at, and I think that's it. The only thing left is to update and upgrade and reboot your system. Just use the command sudo apt-get updates and end symbols to do two commands at the same time, and then sudo apt-get upgrade -y. So just to answer yes to everything, and just or do this before, it doesn't really matter. So I just like to do it before I start installing softwares. You can see it's relatively fast and responsive. I like this desktop a lot. I think I like it more than Gnome desktop because it's just so light and it's really cool. This is, by the way, it's a Xfce desktop, which is one of the not the lightest, but it's considered to be a lightweight desktop. So it's blazing fast compared to KDE or Gnome. This is all. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you do, and if you want more videos, please subscribe to the channel, and make sure to click that bell icon so you'll be notified when I first upload the video. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.